What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to Baldman Reacts. Welcome back to another My Favorites episode, touching on 5 of my favorite requests, 6 tracks overall. The amazing Portuguese scene makes their presence felt for the first time on one of these lists, and they certainly deserve to. I love doing stuff with the Portuguese scene. They're just wonderful people, and so many of them have become friends. This is about as close and representative of the stuff that I listen to on a daily basis as you're going to get in a favorites list from me. I've listened to all these tracks from all these bands in the same day, and I love every single one of these tracks. They're tracks that I routinely go back to and typically don't go a week without listening to at least once. So that's saying a lot. The first band is Angelus, Apatrida. The track is You Are Next. This was originally requested by Keith, I want to say back in December. So this is one of the earlier requests. It's a killer track. It's a awesome and phenomenal video. Let's go ahead and get back into it. The band is Angelus, Apatrida. The track is You Are Next, and here we go. These guys are from Spain. They do a killer blend of thrash. Really enjoy them. Unfortunately, the latest video I shot for them got blocked worldwide, which sucks. But big guitar tones. Gotta love that they're all 3 of them are rockin' Jacksons. Really big, familiar thrash tones. Drummers rocking a Tama kit. I mean, they wear their influences in their instruments, that's for sure. I like that harmony coming in there. Or that melody line coming in there. Love this riff. It's really familiar, I just can't place where it's from. He's got he really reminds me a bit of Mark Osqueda from Death Angel with his vocal line here. Fast pick and thrash, great groove, the shift in here, a little bit almost Megadeth-like feel. You get all those influences. I love these Streets of Rage moves here in the video. It's just awesome. It looks like Streets of Rage 2, only modified for the video here. Just head-banging, slamming thrash riffs. Shifting this groove is so tasty. Love those gang vocals. Love the way you ripped into this solo with a bend. Now he starts flying, crunching that wall, ripping these scales through it. Love his runs. So dynamic in his solo. this minor third harmony here. Bass line just laying down a strong groove. Shifting the octaves there. That halftime feel of the drums makes that riff feel just a bit different. Drummers just nailing that beat like a beast. Definitely have a little bit of that Exodus there as well. Nice attic just sliding down, man. All beat up and jacked up looking at the end of it. Outstanding. It's a killer video. It is a just badass slab thrash. These guys certainly write phenomenal stuff. It has a modern edge to it, but you certainly get the old school Bay Area thrash influences. I mean, you feel the Death Angel, you feel the Exodus and the Megadeths and the Testaments. All that influence is there in their sound, but it's still, they still have their own distinctive sound. I could listen to this guy, listen to their vocalist and go, I know who that is. And that's important, especially in a sea of thrash. The video is just a blast. It's so much fun. It's lighthearted in the video itself, and it's just a track that I enjoy the hell out of. And it's a killer way to kick this list off. That was originally requested by Keith, and Keith, dude, I thank you. I thank you so much for turning me on to these guys. They're a band that I certainly enjoy the heck out of. I own a couple of their records now, and they're just an awesome, awesome band. Apparently, they've also got a huge Portuguese following as well. And from what I understand from people that have met them, that they're really nice dudes. So that makes it even more great to know that not only are they a killer band, they play a killer style of thrash, that they're nice guys, and they're fun to play with and fun to be on a bill with. And of course, that dovetails right into the next band, Primal Attack. One of the first few Portuguese bands that I did here on the channel. They are awesome. They are an awesome blend of thrash and hardcore. They are amazing players. They are really nice people. Their guitar player, Miguel, just put up a killer cover of Suicidal Tendencies' War Inside My Head. I did a video for it earlier. You should certainly check it out if you like thrash or you like hardcore or you're just a Suicidal Tendencies fan. That was a who's who of Portuguese metal there. But this is a great track. It's one of the ones that I continue to go back to a lot. It was originally requested by Hugo from Switch Tents. And of course, Switch Tents really opened the door for me and the channel here doing and covering Portuguese bands. And man, do they deserve the exposure. They're great bands there, and more importantly, they're amazing people. Such wonderful people and such a joy to do stuff for them. The band is Primal Attack. The track is Halfborn. And here we go. Fuzzy TV like opening there. Big riffs. Some nice open string. Chuds. Oh, I like that melody line. tracks I've chosen on this list come out swinging, that's for sure. That shouted key vocal, just heavy, driving, groovy riff. Big, slow groove in these barks here. Slight modification to that main riff just beats your head in. His vocals are so clear, so aggressive, but you understand it, they're audible, they're coherent. Get that great old school hardcore feel here. Back into this groove with a nice dive bomb here. Love this riff, this pick strings. Got such a heavy Exodus feel to it. Love how it drops out, just the bass is rumbling. Vicious solo, nice bit of harmonizing there. Solo definitely reminds me a bit of Gary Holt. Love how beefy and massive this guitar track is. In a mix, this is where I want the guitars to be. I want them to hit me in the head. Yes! Friggin' awesome! That was Primal Attack and Halfborn. Bit of head beating, ass kicking from Primal Attack. I love that track. It's such a great, strong mix of thrash and hardcore, modern production, modern elements, a little bit of the Exodus, a little bit of Sick of It All, and a little bit of that part, the hardcore part. Great use of gang vocals, great use of dynamics and dropping out and going into some slower, groovier riffs. It's those dynamics that I look for and stuff that I can listen to all the time, like any given day, because I can't always just be bludgeoned to death with speed. And I love tracks that mix the tempos and vary up the attack and just hammer you from different angles with that technicality and that strong riffing. And both Angelus, Apatrida, and Primal Attack do that, and they do that in such a phenomenal way. And like I said, on top of that, guys in Primal Attack are good people. They're just nice guys. And, that makes, when a band is nice and they're just genuine, it makes you want to do more for them. It makes you want to support them more. And truly, truly blessed and honored to do so much for those guys in the scene. The next one, in the words of Tim Ripper Owens, we're gonna slow it down. I don't remember who originally suggested this track. I did this for Acoustic Tuesday back in February when I was sick as a dog and we just was not up to headbanging. And truly, it blew my mind at how good it is. And it absolutely deserves a spot here on these tracks because it's so amazing. It's so impressive in so many different levels. So we're going to get into it. The band is Luna C, one of the forefathers of Visual K. The track is Until the Day I Die. And here we go. Gazio is just such an incredible player. Their vocalist is amazing. There's not a bad member of this band. The guitar tones here are so clear. His soloing here is amazing. It's so tasteful. It is not easy to solo the way he does on an acoustic. It's clear and it's precise. It's so much emotion that he imparts. He's just an amazing player. And it's a pleasure to listen to him. That acoustic riff is so pretty. Even though he's playing fast and shredding an acoustic, it's still tasteful and you can still get the emotion out of it. And that's an intangible. You can't teach that. And now, to add insult to awesome, he pulls out the violin. Just such a talent. He's so amazing. Beautiful, man. It's gorgeous. The violin passage just gives me chills laying over that acoustic. Love that piano back there. It's so subtle. First time I watched this video, I was thinking it was just going to be instrumental. And then he comes out with this beautiful voice, this understated vibrato. Beautiful lyrics. Oh, this is so good.
悲しい歌この胸はいつも雨降りで君は揺れながらかすんでるでも声は今も震えてる君のために
What a voice. Just beautiful, man. It doesn't feel like 6 minutes and 45 seconds. It really doesn't. It's chilling. It's haunting. It's gorgeous. It's well played. It's well sung. It just pulls on my heartstrings. And it's a joy to listen to. That's just an absolutely phenomenal acoustic. And, you know, it's one of those where you get to marvel at just how amazing the band is and how amazing and multifaceted and multi-talented Chigazio is. And you just get to enjoy an incredible track on top of it all. It's an incredible combination. And I'm truly amazed every time I listen to him play. The guy is just incredible as a composer, as a writer, as a player. He's really tasteful, even when he shreds. He's very tasteful about it. He is able to put that passion and that emotion and that feeling into it. And I love it. And I knew it was going to fit like a glove inside of what I wanted to do with this list. You know, I always try to structure a list like this, like a record, and have some heavy tracks and have a ballad or two, and then kind of go back into it. And I knew this track was just going to fit so well. And it's one that went over really, really well with so many of you. So many of you really loved this track, and I certainly do. And I think it fits. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And now, well, now it gets ugly. Pun intended. The Gazette Ugly. Live Tour 15-16, the Dogmatic Final. And this is the, you never forget your first, right? Is that right? You never forget your first? So they say anyway. Anyway, this is the first Gazette track I did. Requested by Clearum. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's one I continue to go back to over and over and over again. I think it's really representative of their current sound, of how they want to be and what they're going for. I think it's an awesome track. I think it blends that heaviness and that crunch and that melody and those catchy choruses together so seamlessly. And I know it's one that many of you enjoy. And it's absolutely a favorite. And it's off a great live performance. So, Let's get into it. The Gazette Ugly live tour 1516. Here we go. Love that drum pattern here. Ruki's getting the crowd going. Highly jealous of Karine because apparently she was at this show in Tokyo. You lucky person, you. Great riffs. Love its riffs. Ruki does such a great job growling live. A lot of guys cannot, a lot of singers in general cannot pull it off live like this. It is not easy to growl that dynamic and do it live. Hear those big new metal influences. Hear a bit of that Fear Factory influence as well. Even in these cleans, you can certainly see Burton pulling out something like this. The dynamics of these killer harmonies, his big, clean vocals. It's a candy bar to me, man. It's heavy, and it's got that crunch. It's got that nougat. Phenomenal licks here in the solo. Great phrase he's using, just moving it across the fretboard. Love his runs and his choices. I like that dual harmony there. I love it. His cleans there. He just sounds so playful. That halftime groove there. I love it when bands do that. These guys do it so well. The way they closed it out with that halftime feel of that riff. That is really strong stuff. Really, really strong stuff. That was the Gazette. That was ugly. That was one of my absolute favorite Gazette tracks. And I think one of the biggest reasons why it appealed to me so much, and it still does appeal to me so as much as it does, is because I'm a metalhead. You know, I've been listening to metal for over 30 years now. And it hits all the stuff I love. It's heavy, it's crunchy. Both guitar players' tones are awesome. It really does have some of that Fear Factory feel and groove. It's got a great balance of being really nasty and being heavy, and Ruki has a phenomenal aggressive voice, and he utilizes his cleans so well for coloring. When they go into those clean passages, the guitar harmonies are outstanding. Of course, they step down at points into this halftime grooves, and you just want to move your head. I know some people that started out with the Gazette in the earlier days, the Stacked Rubbish, the Nil days, didn't really expect them to morph into a metal band. And I know that's got to be a bit disconcerting if you're not really a fan of heavy metal. As somebody who's a big metal fan, it's why I started the channel and it's what I do, it's familiar and it's comfortable and it's just a nasty, heavy, pummeling track that with so dynamic and allows you to breathe. It's got some great solos in it. And the beautiful thing with it, on top of all that above mentioned, is I get to slot it into a playlist like this because it fits. Because it fits alongside heavier, nastier tracks. So I can take some of that Gazette with me and I can stick it up against other really heavy bands. I can slide them in with Soilwork. I can slide them in with Solution 45 or Scar Symmetry or Byzantine or all these bands that are heavier and have dynamics and mix that cleans and the aggressives. I can slide it in. I could slide this in next to Fear Factory. I could slide this in next to something like Demanufacture and be in this pop up next and it would work. You know, that's saying something. It's great stuff. And I can slide it in next to Destroyers of All and Tormento. This came off the first Portuguese Distortion episode I did 5 weeks ago. This was put on by Daniel and Joanna, the editors of Portuguese Distortion, and it is a beast. It is such an amazing track. I continue to go back to it, and it has some really cool stuff going on inside of it too. That's the other thing. Destroyers of All is a Portuguese band from Coimbra, and there's a traditional style of Portuguese music there called fado. And they utilize fado guitar and some fado vocals, and they mix it in with this incredible progressive death metal framework, and it is awesome. It blew me away. They certainly have a bit of that 11 Dreams era Mercenary feel, which I love Mercenary. So again, that just made me love them all the more. And on top of that, that familiar Portuguese theme, they're great people. They're just really nice guys. The band is Destroyers of All. The track is Tormento. And here we go. So this guitar work here, and the city is part of Cambria. The guitar work is that traditional fado, I'm not sure how the right way to pronounce it is. And I love that they added it. I think it's such a great touch. These guys have such a great dynamic mix of progressive death metal and thrash. Every track I've done from them so far I've loved, but this one stands out. I love this bass work here. Such a great accent. It's nice to hear it stepping up and taking center in a bit of this riff. This heavy groove here. Really love that guitar counterpoint. This riff is certainly one of the things that reminds me of Mercenary. And I love it. It's complete ear candy. I love that locked in modern third harmony. I love those layered vocals. Great feel, and the blending here of the Fado guitar and the Fado vocals is seamless. It's brilliant. Love the mix. The mix here, I've got absolutely no complaints. That dynamic layered vocal, again, such a huge impact. The way he comes into this solo. Big bend, great vibrato, and then he just starts ripping. This guitar solo is so well structured with riffs. Big fills to lead out of that. Oh, God, I love this track. It combines all those elements that I love, and it adds some amazing touches with the Fado guitar and the Fado vocals. What a great way to pay homage to your heritage and represent that in a metal track. I love it when bands do that, and I absolutely love that they did it. And I didn't get a chance to appreciate it nearly as much the first time I listened to it as I appreciate it now. I appreciate it even more, and I love the track even more that I've listened to it, I don't know, 50 plus times than I did the first time. It's a track that hit me from the beginning, but it grows and grows and grows. And like the common theme among all the tracks on this record, or on this playlist anyway, it is one that I can stack up with other bands and other tracks of similar styles, and it works. It's not a track that I just have to listen to on its own. I can stick it in the playlist of other heavier stuff. And even coming off something that's lighter or leading into something that's lighter. And there's actually a dilemma at the end of it. It was what was the final track that I was going to put on it. So, did I want to get something softer, a little lighter? Or did I just want to put the proverbial nails in the coffin? Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So I consulted my buddy Rabbit and said, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Thankfully, he confirmed my ideas. So we're going to put the nails in the coffin with the track Nails, and He Will Never Be One of Us. This is going to be a good one. This is one of my favorite tracks the past couple of years for just a straight up grind. I'm going to kick your ass track. I could have gone soft. I could have gone heavy. We're just going to go blistering here. The band is Nails. The track is You Will Never Be One of Us. And here we go. Yeah, baby. Strap. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Please return your tray tables to their full and upright positions as we prepare for the beating.
One of us.
Comes out and it just kicks your ass. Just so heavy and so aggressive in a hardcore, grindcore style way. Love those simple clinches there. Love the fact that he's doing it while he's rolling double bass. And that's it, I'm spent. That was a minute and 31 seconds of beating. That was Nails. And You Will Never Be One of Us. That was my wild card. 5 requests. 1 nail biter at the end. Yeah, I know. Tip your bartenders. I'm here every day. I love the track. It just hits so hard. It's such nasty aggression. It just comes in and it beats the crap out of you and it just smokes you in a minute and a half. I mean, less than a minute and a half. I think it's probably like more close to a minute and 15 seconds. I'd have to look. But it's a beast. Another one of those 3-piece bands, not dissimilar to Discarnate, that just crushes you. And it caps off a playlist that I truly might have outdone myself on, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put another one together that's going to flow just as good as this one does for me. And just really demonstrates so much of what I love. Awesome stuff that you guys have shown me on the channel. Combines it all together. And just now that I'm done, we don't have any more tracks. I've got that full state of reaction, metal euphoria going on. The endorphins are flowing. I've got that calm, serene buzz. And that's it. My day is good. My day is fine. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. I will put a link to the Portuguese bands down below, their Facebook pages. If you like their stuff, please go say hi. Let them know. I hope you enjoyed the combination. I hope you see just how well some of the Japanese stuff will fit with other styles. I think that's important for this playlist. is that you can slot Luna C and you can slot the Gazette with certain tracks in with other styles and it'll work. And I love that. I really do. That's why those tracks were chosen, on top of the fact that they are truly some of my favorites. I mean, if I had to put a number, those are probably two of my top 5 Japanese tracks that I've heard on the channel. I just love them both so much. So, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the incredible support. It's just, I appreciate it so much. I really, really do. You know, this is a great way to let people that are newer see some of the stuff we've done, get a better recording on some of these too. You know, my mic sounds on some of the earlier stuff sucked. I'll admit that it was pretty raw, and I was still getting used to it, and I was still figuring it out. I've got a better handle on that now, and I think I'm capable of putting out better videos. So, truly appreciate it. Thank all of you. Thank you to my law enforcement, military, veterans, and first responders for what you do every single day. I love you. I appreciate you. As always, you have been awesome. I have been Baldman. I will see you in the next one. Be excellent to each other and keep headbanging.